Thank you.
Do you play here sometimes?
No, I'm part of a drumming group that was meeting before the COVID came down,
Oh.
and hopefully we'll get together again. This is really something new for me. I had an introductory class years and years ago, and then got into the drumming group, and the more I practiced with them, the more I got the feeling of how to, get a sort of muscle memory for just how to keep a rhythm going.
I definitely get that. I actually am a musician myself.
Wonderful.
I play ukulele, I play violin, I play piano, I sing, and I'm part of the Winona Fiddlers, actually.
Excellent. It's wonderful
really fun.
art. I used to live in the Virginia Highlands, near the border of Virginia and Tennessee, and bluegrass music and fiddling was an important part of their culture.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really fun. I love music. And I think it's really cool that you're just sitting here just playing your drum. I did that the other day. I just sat down and played my ukulele for the whole. I went to Levee Park and I played it. It was great. It's a great thing to just play music just in different places.
It is. I particularly, I'm a water person.
Yes.
And so coming down here and playing along with the river is sort of a flowing process, and it helps the rhythm keep going.
Yeah, just that rhythm, that flow of the music. It's really amazing, isn't it?
I think it's wonderful that you've practiced so much. I admire piano work and piano and singing together and all of the other mechanisms that people use to create music.
Yeah.
There's a musical engineer named Rick Beato, Beato, and he's recorded a number of YouTube videos in which he'll pick a popular song, rock song or something, and say, what makes this song great? And he goes step by step and pull the parts apart and play the solos and, focus on, look at that, what he does with his voice there, isn't that great? And then here's the bassist coming in and all of that. And it teaches me a lot about music and showing me things about songs that I'd never heard before.
Oh, yeah, it's really amazing. And especially, I've never heard of him, but I didn't know, what's really cool is, even especially like young people like myself, it's really cool, what we can do now is we can use social media and stuff like that as an outlet for, creating music and making different things, it's really fun. And, I know that's something I've really enjoyed. I'm the leader of a youth theater company that I started here.
I'm sorry?
I'm the leader of a youth theater company I started here.
Oh, youth theater, wonderful.
Yeah, called What About Theater. And we have a YouTube channel, and that's pretty much all we've done because of the pandemic, because it's not safe, currently without, I haven't been vaccinated, some of us haven't been vaccinated yet.
I am on my way. I got my second vaccination, and I'll be good to go in about a week.
Yeah.
Really happy about that.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I haven't gotten mine yet because I'm 14.
Yeah.
And they don't have for under 16 yet. They're saying
and I'm going to turn 70 in June, and so I need this.
Yeah, and that's totally No, and it's so cool though is now that once the vaccination rolls out, we can do things more in person, and
Well, it's a wonderful time, for it to be letting up because people want to be getting out and around, but still, there's only about 20% of Minnesota has been vaccinated so far, and so there's a real risk of that new strain coming up and really getting around a lot and overwhelming the hospitals and all that stuff. Hope it doesn't happen. I think we have an enlightened government, and here in this city and in Minnesota, that says we know when to screw the screws down and make things a little tighter when we need to. I like living here. This is a good town to be part of the arts.
It is very much for a part of the arts. It's an amazing town. And I've grown up. I haven't lived here my whole life. I've lived here about half my life now. Exactly half my life now.
I'm not a native either. I was born in San Diego.
Yeah, I love this town. I really do, and it's a great place where I'm gonna, because I'm not gonna live here forever. My goal is I want to be on Broadway one day, and I want to go to New York City, and I want to compose a musical, and then I want to be in it. I want to act in that musical, and and I've already composed some songs for a musical that I want to perform here with my theater company. But but it's a great place to kind of start that for young people like myself, it's a great place to start that that music career, and it's a great it's really amazing. And my goal is I want to make art accessible to all, and not just theater but visual art too. I also own a visual art company.
What a richness we have here in the Maritime Art Gallery. That's a special place.
Yeah.
That is
Have
really.
you ever been to the Minnesota Marine Art Museum?
It's really, you should go in because it is it's as fine an art place as you'd find in downtown Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Maybe not as large but they have quality works presented in a very reserved, quiet, contemplative arena, and they're serious about what they do, and a lot of people have given them good work to make it really a beautiful place. And it sort of sits out there unassuming, but you go inside and you go, wow. They bring in exhibitions from local artists, various kinds, and you'll see all sorts of visual or sculptural colored works coming together, stuff that always will take your mind in a certain direction and maybe show you something you haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. Well, anyway, I should probably get going. It was good talking to you, though.
Good talking to you.
Nice meeting you.
My name is Wayne.
Wayne. I'm Seamus.
Seamus is a great name for being on stage.
Thank you. It's actually an Irish name.
Yes. It comes out, it fits your personality. I can see you're an extrovert.
I am an extrovert.
You broadcast.
Yeah, I'm very much an extrovert, and I will go to, I just today, I went to Levee Park at the band show, and I sang a bunch of, show tunes out loud as possible. Everyone heard me. It was great. They looked at me like I'm insane. That's my personality, and that's it. I don't mind being insane.
It's wonderful. It's fun to do.
Yeah, it is. And
trying to think.
Yeah.
I had something here.
No. Yeah. Well, it was nice meeting you, Mr. Wayne.
Wayne Farmer, Farmer, and I was looking to see if I had a business card, but I guess I don't have one with me right now. But I hope we run into each other.
Yeah, I do too. My name is Seamus Schwaba. If you're interested in seeing what I do, look up What About Theater on YouTube. It's not much, but it's all cap. If you're interested in seeing... Huh?
What was the name? What About?
What About Theater?
Peter.
Theater.
Oh, What About Theater?
Yeah, it's a theater company. It's a youth theater company. Yeah. We have some different stuff on there, so...
I'd like to see it. I'll check in.
Yeah, it's all caps. What About Theater? We have 40 subscribers. We don't have much, but we're trying to... My goal is to make the arts accessible to everyone. And what I want to do eventually is I want to provide free quality shows led by youth in the community.
Well, there's a lot of support for that. Are you coordinating with the Winona Arts Council, for example?
No, but I am in a partnership with. There's a store over here called Arts and Soul.
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
what I've been doing is I've been creating decorative light switch plates.
Good.
And I've been selling them to Arts and Soul, and then they've been selling my plates. And I've raised some money for What About Theater that we can use to pay for costumes and stuff. Interesting thing is, we actually have a show coming out tomorrow. It's a straight play. I wrote it, I directed it, and I am one of the actors in it. I'm not the only one. There's so many. It was a really team effort. We had an amazing costumes designer, two amazing costumes designers, and it's all youth. It's all teenagers like myself. And I directed it. I played a character called Ezra in it. It's focused around teens during the pandemic.
Yes.
And that strikes very close to home.
That would
for
be
me.
interesting to
And
see.
I wrote it. It's actually coming out tomorrow at 3:15. We're gonna premiere it on YouTube tomorrow at 3:15.
Oh, you're going to stream it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've already filmed it.
Yeah.
I actually I recently just finished editing it.
Oh, wonderful.
Like a couple hours ago.
So I can enjoy it from home.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and it's all virtual. The entire show has been done virtually.
Do you have a YouTube channel? Or
Yeah.
What About Theater?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I will be sure
The
to
entire show was done virtually. We basically just filmed the Zoom meeting. And honestly, there's parts where it lags because Zoom is weird and technology sucks
Well, sure.
sometimes. But it was really fun. And it's
so
really
the different people appearing in your play were appearing via Zoom?
Yeah, everyone. It was all done virtually. There was no, we didn't do anything in person because it wasn't safe to do it in person. So we did it virtually, and
That's
we've done
the right way to do
two other
things.
shows virtually as well.
I'm having other conversations with groups. I used to meet for lunch with people, and now we meet via Zoom.
Yeah,
And it works out.
yeah.
It works out.
It's not the same, but it's definitely a good alternative if
It's
you
what
can.
we can do. It's an adaptation that everybody's made in work, in art, and it's going to go on for a while. We're not going to say jump back to doing things next to each other and say, "Well, I'm glad I never have to Zoom again."
Well, yeah.
We've discovered that Zoom is valuable.
Of course. Well, and the other really cool thing about Zoom is that, you don't have to just use people in the community then. You can reach outside of that. And I know through, I'm part of the National Youth Guild, which is an organization that works with youth, that works to help youth, and it's all youth led, and we're actually holding a summit soon. We're talking about youth discrimination and stuff like that.
You can do so much, and even when you have little money, there's so much that you can still collaborate.
And the
with.
people I've met in it, I've met this girl who lives in Texas, and she's amazing. She's 16 and she's going to college next year, and she lives in Texas. I met a guy my age who lives in Massachusetts. I met people all around the country just via Zoom, and it's really amazing. And one of our cast members for Sharps and Flats, that's what our show is called, the one that's coming out tomorrow. She lives in Michigan, I think. So she lives pretty far away. And she was able to be a part of this, because she lives far, even though she lives far away.
I will definitely tune in. I think you're onto something.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not like a big sound quality and video quality.
Of course not.
Aren't
I'm
amazing.
interested in the art that comes through the medium.
Yeah, but it is really cool what we have been able to do, and it's really fun for me as a director. I wrote the show, I directed it, and it was really fun to see the show that I wrote and directed just come to life. I saw our costumes designer create costumes for the characters that I wrote, and then other people portray those, take these characters that I wrote and portray them in very different ways than the way I originally intended. And honestly, it's really cool what they've done with it,
See, you've inspired enough people who say, yeah, I like your idea, I'll participate in this, I'll put in my time, and let's see what we can all make together. And then you're at the leadership position where you look and say, wow, look at all these different people. I couldn't do this by myself, but they all came together and they created something that, hey, that was my vision in the beginning, and it really seems to be working.
Yeah, but what the interesting thing is a lot of it wasn't my vision in the beginning, and some of it was. But my costumes designer did some stuff that was completely unexpected.
Yes,
some things
of
that
course.
I was not I didn't know that I liked. I was at first, we had these things where some of the characters are very I write characters, and then my costumes designer makes their style very different than what I pictured. But sometimes it's even better than what I pictured. Like, it's really amazing what they've done with it. And, and we have Act 1 coming out tomorrow. Act 2 is coming out probably in about a month. And then Act 3 is going to come out a month after that. So it's really cool.
You should, pay attention to the traditional media. I'm sure Winona Post would like to write about what you're doing.
They already have.
Oh, have they? Wonderful.
But some of it has been with What About Theater, but the other part of it has been with my art company, my visual art company. They don't name it because I didn't have a company yet when I did it. I was just teaching art classes. I was teaching virtual art classes for some kids in the community, some really young kids, not just in the community. There were a couple kids. My mom put something on Facebook about my classes, and a bunch of kids registered. I teach oil pastels to everyone. I've actually taught a couple adult classes too. I recently started teaching adults and teens, and I taught, and I started with little kids, but now I'm teaching all ages. And what I really want to do is I want to make, especially visual art, all youth-led classes, because I want to get more people. Really, I'm the only one, like, in my art company at this point who's teaching, but I want to get more young people like myself teaching, and then what I can do is I can have all youth-led classes with different visual art mediums, teaching all ages and going from a community that's, what I want to do is I want to take Winona from a community with artists in it to an artistic community, which I think would be really cool.
Well, it's halfway there, and in the past it had become famous for stained art.
Yeah.
Stained glass art.
And I want to be a part of that. So I'm going to try to, what I want to do is, especially visual art, I want to teach all ages. And I've taught adults. My grandma took a class with me, which was really nice. I got a story in the Winona Daily News for when I was just doing it with little kids. And after that, there was a lot more interest in what I was doing.
This is very good. You're doing the publicity right, and you're staying active even in the face of an epidemic, and you're adapting, and you're working with it, and it's great. You're following your star.
Thank you. Yeah, no, but it's really cool. It's just, I'm very, I love what I'm doing.
You've got the enthusiasm. Keep it up. I'm going to put you in touch with a dear friend of mine. We've known each other 25 years. She lives in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She is a visual artist. She has taught art classes in her community, and I know she'd love to talk to you, and you could get back and forth. She's about 65, okay, and you'd look at things from a slightly different direction, but she's very intelligent, and I think she'd very much enjoy meeting you, so I will exchange.
Do you want my email?
I'm sure I can find it if I go over to the,
I don't know if my email is listed there, but I can give it to you.
Okay. I've got a recorder running, so why don't you just say it?
Oh, okay. Seamus Schwaba. Seamus Schwaba at gmail.com, and it's no caps, no spaces. It's just Seamus Schwaba at gmail.com.
And is that SCHWABA?
Seamus is, okay, I'll tell you, Seamus is spelled SEAMUS.
Okay, that one.
Schwaba is spelled SCHWABA.
Yes. Schwaba sounds like a more of an Eastern European name.
I don't know the lineage of Schwaba, honestly. It's been my family.
I'll do it for you if you like. I'm on Ancestry, and I love doing genealogies.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Seamus, have a great evening.
You too.
Get home before it gets too dark to drive.
Oh, I love the dark. I'm very much a night owl. I run every night, very late at night. Because...
Well, me too. It's just the police will look at your bike and say, "Where's your headlight?" Right?
Right here.
Oh, you're all set.
I actually just got it today. I just got this headlight today, and I love, I'm a night owl. This is my time to shine.
Oh, me too.
Night,
me too. I usually go to bed at 2 or 4 in the morning.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I'm the same way. There's a line in this, in a song from Newsies, and the line is, for a dreamer, night's the only time of day, which I love that, because it's so true.
It is a beautiful place. I always enjoy the the night much more than the morning and the daytime.
I don't do mornings.
And it just feels good.
I get up at 10:15 every morning. My schedule is 1:30 a.m. to 10:30 to 10:15, because I do not do well in mornings.
There you go.
I am terrible.
Well, see, and you probably become used to the idea that if somebody says, "Oh, you want to work with us? Well, sure, come in. We work from 8 to 4."
Yeah. Yeah, which, and I have, I've had to get up before. I don't like it. I'm homeschooled, which outside of that, I am very extroverted. I surround myself with people. I love talking to people.
Did you drive your parents crazy?
My parents, my mom is very extroverted as well.
Good.
I'm very similar to my mom.
That's great.
My dad, I am not as similar to.
Mm-hmm.
I love him. We have a good relationship. He's just, he's an introvert, and I am not. And sometimes I talk so much that he's like, oh my God. Like, he's like, what am I going to do with this child? Which is totally understandable.
Seamus, take a break. Sit down. That's what he would say to you.
Yeah, well, that's what my mom, and I think he puts up with that too, because my mom's the same way. She just goes, and she just goes, and I go too. That's just, my brain's always going, and it barely shuts down when I'm asleep. I'm just it's always turning like this. So
always keep a notepad by your bed.
Yeah. Well,
or these days, pop your phone up.
My room is like idea centra. It's like my room is my brain, and that's the best way I can describe it. I have just color everywhere. I'm a very colorful person. I love color, so I have color everywhere. All the oil pastel paintings I've done, and then I have a bunch of just sticky notes. It's insane. It's insane.
You've got a lot of value inside you. At some point you're going to run into competition, and you'll say, "Oh my God, why can't I get through this wall?" But there's so much inside you. Honor that. Keep going.
Thank you.
Keep flying with it.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, my email again.
I got it.
Yes, Seamus Schwaba.
Seamusschwaba
@gmail.com. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
It's going great. I'm so glad to have met you.
What should I call you, by the way?
Wayne.
Just Wayne?
Wayne, Wayne.
Okay, Wayne. Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.